Every life has a beginning, and mine began in Ibadan, Nigeria. Before Ireland, before London, before adulthood, responsibilities, heartbreak, dreams, and everything that came afterwards, there was just Bekki. When I look back at my childhood, I remember a life that felt simple, familiar, and full of little moments that I didn't realize would one day mean so much to me. I was born January in a church hospital in Ibadan, Nigeria. My dad left a few months after I was born. He traveled abroad for a better life. I had my first birthday, and after that, my mom left a few months after to join my dad. After my parent left, my grandmom became my carer basically. I then became grandma's baby. She took care of me and prayed over me. She would sit me and my friends down during the evening times and tell us stories about the Bible and just random stories. Growing up in Basharun, I made so many friends around the area and in our compound. I played outside quite a lot, even when I wasn't allowed to. I also made friends in school, and to be honest, I was quite popular, very popular. I got into a few troubles at school because I was quite tea. Yeah, so I got into a few troubles at school, but I can definitely tell you I was a happy child. Everyone in the area knew who I was. I followed my grandmom to church. Church was very important to her, and obviously became important to me as well. There was not a Sunday that we were not in church. I was also part of the children choir. I enjoyed singing, and yeah, I was always picked to sing every time there was children during Children's Day, children's program. I was the one that was leading, so that was quite nice. I also had responsibilities, obviously, because I was the first grandchild. I had responsibilities. I had to wash plates, fetch water, and the other things I did, which I can't remember because I was quite little. I remember walking to school and back, and I enjoyed walking to school and back. Sometimes I walked alone, sometimes I walked with my friends. My favorite food was gari. Guys, I love gari. Gari with peanuts. I just love drinking gari. I had moments of sad tears. Sometimes I was sad because everyone was always talking about my parents coming back to take me with them, but I wasn't sure when they were coming, and it was just a bit frustrating. Obviously, because I was also naughty, I had moments where like I didn't want to play with my friends, I just wanted to be left alone. But my grandma will always sit me down, always like advise me, use the Bible to advise me. Basically, she just made everything better. Times my dad would come travel back to Nigeria. We would drive around in his car. We would go to like my cousins on my dad's side because I hardly saw them unless my dad was around. So yeah, so we'll drive around, go visit my cousins on my dad's side of the family. My grandmom taught me the importance of prayer and serving God. During my time, obviously, when I was little living in Nigeria, I enjoyed watching TV quite a lot. But obviously, when they when there was lights, because NEPA they always take lights. So one evening, my dad traveled back to Nigeria, and it was time for me to travel back with him, which was quite sad because even I could still remember precisely my me and my grandmom hugging each other and me crying that didn't want to go, but obviously I had to travel to join my siblings and my mom. So yeah, so I had to leave my grandmom behind, and it was very, very sad. And I never got to say goodbye to my friends because I'm not sure why, but I guess they were not around when my dad came because it was so random. But yeah, so we traveled, got on a plane, first time on a plane to Ireland. Yeah, it was very, I don't know if I was nervous because I was very little, but I was just basically I was clueless, and only thing I knew was I didn't want to leave my grandmom. When I got to Dublin, I was amazed at the new environment. I was just looking around because everything just looked bright and different, and it was just different from Nigeria. So I finally saw my mom, greeted her, we hugged. Next year, maybe the week, starting of the week, I'm not really sure when. But I started school. I remember my first day in school. I was a bit shy and nervous. Obviously going into school, I saw like the people in the school didn't look nothing like me. Literally just white people. But everyone was so excited to see me. They were all asking me questions, touching my hair, asking me where I was from. There was a lot of question, guys. Even half of the time I didn't understand what they were saying because the Irish accent was quite thick. So I just say yes because I didn't get it. But I do remember also experiencing snow for the first time as well, because I arrived in Ireland during the winter time. So during that Christmas there was snow, which was quite, I wouldn't say nice, but it was nice to see the snow. And I remember going during the Christmas period, everything was so, it wasn't really bright, but it was Christmassy, and we went shopping. And this was the first time I heard of Westlife's song, "If I Let You Go," that song. Mostly because my mom goes to church. I started following my mom to church. I met new kids in church that looks like me, and then I was so excited to finally see people that looked like me, no shade. Made friends in church and joined the children choir. I was also good at memory verse because I've been doing memory verse and leading back in Nigeria, so it wasn't like a new thing to me. So I enjoyed being part of the choir. I enjoyed being the one to lead the choir like I was doing back in Nigeria. It was a bit difficult though because I just didn't get it. I just didn't understand. I guess it was how the teaching was in Nigeria compared to Ireland. I just didn't understand. But I was also missing Nigeria quite a lot, and I was missing my grandmom quite a lot. I miss like playing outside and just miss the environment of Nigeria. Obviously being in Ireland, it was a bit, you couldn't just go out and just play outside like that, even though you can, but it's not the same as Nigeria, because Nigeria, I had friends in the compound, and it was more fun. But back in Ireland, you had no compound like that. So yes, and everyone was obviously minding their business. I enjoyed playing outside with my siblings when we're allowed to play outside. So during this period, I also discovered Brandy Norwood. My dad used to make record music videos and allow us to watch it. So that's when I discovered Brandy's music video, and I instantly fell in love. I was like, yes, I love Brandy's music, and I've been obsessed with Brandy ever since. I started dancing to Brandy's music video. It was the Aphrodisiac music video that did it for me. Then I got into secondary school, and this was where everything, I wouldn't say everything became real, but yeah, things were a lot different. So getting into secondary school, this was when I realized my love for music, even though it's always been there, but growing up, it has always been gospel music. My grandmom didn't obviously let us listen to worldly music, strictly gospel music. And my mom listened to gospel music as well. So it was my dad that allowed us to listen to like R&B and stuff, because my dad listens to other music. No, around then, that was when computers was starting to become a thing. We had computers as part of our studies, and I became obsessed. You mean there's a machine that I can research and do stuff on? I was obsessed. As I got older, I watched more Nollywood movies by myself and with my mom and siblings. My mom will go out and rent CDs, DVDs, yeah, DVDs, and we will watch it. And I also watch R&B and pop music videos on TV fun times. As the first child, I had responsibilities like helping my mom in the kitchen and around the house. I also enjoyed reading magazines, cutting up pictures of celebrities, and just sticking them to my journal and reading celebrity gossip. So this, even up until now, I still listen. I still read celebrity gossip. This was when it started. I always find myself in the computer room when it was opened. I loved writing down song lyrics. All black people started coming to the school, so I made more black friends. School started becoming very, very serious because I had to think about my future, what I wanted to study in uni, because we were getting to the point of doing what we call a living cert. So I had to like think about what I wanted to study. Up until then, I'd never thought about it. Obviously, when I was younger, I was thinking maybe I want to sew, or I want to be a teacher, but it's never like, it was never a serious thing. But then now I'm at a point where I have to start thinking about, oh, what uni I want to go to, what I want to study, and what I wanted to do with my life. Space started, and so a lot of the time on the computer, I was either writing down lyrics or on my space. A lot of the times I always left class quite frustrated because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and that was the conversation everyone was having. Then we had the period of obviously LimeWire, and that was great because we were able to like download MP3 music, and it was so fun. So at that point, music meant everything to me that period, because a lot was obviously going on. I had to think about my future. Also at home, there was a lot going on at home as well. So a lot of the time I was just listening to music. I will go for a walk whenever I was feeling down, and just take my music with me and always just be with music. I finally applied for uni. I was hoping for the best. Hoping to just get into a uni. I joined the youth choir in my church and we sang a lot. Finally, graduation day came and I was happy to be graduating. I got so many advice from my teachers and also my guidance counselor, because she was one that helped me through selecting uni and just giving me advice on what I could do, because I wasn't sure what I wanted to study in uni. Right. My friends in school suggested I study computers because they know that I was always on the computer. I was obsessed with computers. So they suggested something to do with computers. So finally got university far away from home, and a part of me was very happy because part of me also wanted to go to a uni that was quite away from home, because I just wanted to do me, and I just wanted to like, I don't want to use the word free, but I just wanted to go a bit far for uni. I told my mom. My mom was against it at first because she doesn't understand why I needed to go to a uni that was far away from home. But obviously I had a conversation with my dad, and he was like, okay, fine. So he allowed me to finally go to a uni that was quite far away from home. So I packed my stuff and we traveled to Sligo together with my family to start my new uni life. When we arrived at Sligo, I had to look for a place with my parents for me to stay. We searched everywhere and finally found a room in a shared house. Said my goodbyes to my parents, and I sat down for a while to think about my new uni life. The next day, I got up quite early, went to uni, made a new friend just randomly, and she introduced me to other friends. I started going to lectures, And from there we saw other people and I made more friends. And after lectures we went to another friend's house to chill. They suggested going clubbing, but I didn't have the right outfit for clubbing, guys, because obviously from the household I came from, I've never gone clubbing before. Yeah, so I had to basically borrow my friend's outfit so that I can obviously look a bit different clubbing. We went out um and it was fun and we met other people. We clubbing was fun. I'll definitely say it was fun. It was definitely a vibe. Also uni was becoming fun. There was lectures, hanging out, studying together, good vibes. I left the shared room I was renting, because the landlord was also living in the house and he was just doing too much. So I left that place and I moved in with my friends. I found a church because it was important for me not to forget who God was to me, and going to church was important to me. I had to always remember my background. I worshipped, danced. Life wasn't perfect, but I didn't mind because I was far away from home and I was doing my thing, and I met a boy. Obviously there is no story without some sort of like a love story, but this is not a love story, guys, trust me. Then I met a boy at a house party. At first it felt real because I was naive and I was really clueless, kind of like what you call like a good girl bad boy kind of situation. It was very, very, very weird. Also, sometimes I like to sit in the canteen alone and just eat by myself. Back then, I remember I used to love chicken nuggets and chips so much. Then afterwards, after the first year, uni started becoming a bit difficult. Because after the first year into the second year, that's when they start teaching you like real stuff. So yeah, so after the first year, going into my second year, and second year of uni became a bit not too difficult, but it became quite serious. I just didn't understand some of the subjects that we were being taught. One of the subjects I'll say was accounting. Accounting was stressing me out so much. I'll just be in the class, I'll just be frustrated because I'm like, what is this? Just a lot of numbers. So during the weekend, I was happy because I was able to travel to another town to visit my friend in her uni. So I was always looking forward to weekend to chill, travel to another city and just have fun. Then afterwards, a few years after, then came my 21st, and this day was fun. I had a house party. I'll never forget. I'm not sure if the photos are still on Facebook. But yeah, I had my 21st. I threw a house party. There's a story time for this day, but I'll leave that for another day because yeah, I started having issues obviously with the guy I was seeing. That relationship was becoming a mess. There was a lot going on there, and also at home. Instagram came into the picture, and I started going online, posting on Instagram. I had to eventually, obviously because it was stressing me out, I had to have the conversation with the guy I was seeing. My friends would always advise me to leave, but I didn't listen clearly. Eventually though, I had to leave because it was affecting my schoolwork and I was becoming someone else. It was just turning into a whole mess and I was becoming someone that someone that I was not raised to be, if that makes sense. So eventually I packed out and decided I need to do better. Got my own small apartment, got a job at a fast food restaurant, and started taking my studies very serious, changed my subject to another subject which was a lot better for me. I started focusing on me and the reason why I was in uni. Then I found out about YouTube and started my YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel, by the way. This is the third one. And then after that, then results day came, and I finally passed and graduated from uni. After graduation, before leaving Sligo, I sat down and I thought, wow, like this has been, what a journey this has been. Everything is for a reason and everything is for a purpose. And even though I didn't know mine, when I started, I just wanted to leave home, but there was a reason why I was there. And I just felt, yes, I've done what I needed to do. It was time for me to leave that environment. So I packed my stuff and I moved back to Dublin, and I moved in with my parents. After like I believe a month or two, I got a job with Next, the retail store. So I was working in Next for a while. But I just didn't want to work in Next for the rest of my life, obviously. And it was kind of difficult trying to get a job in Dublin. So I just thought the next best thing would be to move to London. So packed my stuff and moved myself all the way to London, and I have been here ever since. So this is me now, and you guys have seen kind of like sort of like my story. Well, not the full story, but a bit of my story of where I was born, when I was born, what I don't want to say what I have been through, because I didn't share a lot of things. I didn't share. Just basically like the basic of everything, going to uni, going to secondary school, and all that. So yeah, so this is me now, and I just want to share like where I am now in my journey, because I believe life is a journey, and each stage of your life is a journey, if that makes sense. But yeah, so basically going to share with you guys before I end this video, just going to talk about me now at my big 36-year-old age. So yeah, so let's talk about it. So I'm here right now. I'm living, I'm learning, I am growing. Life has taught me, even though I'm still young, 36 is still young, guys. I feel like a lot obviously has happened in my life. Grandmom passed away, I think it's almost 3 years now, which was very, very devastating because it was unexpected and that just happened, and quite sad, very, very sad. But part of me just feel like life is too, and I know we say it all the time. I've said it several times, but honestly, guys, life is really, really too short. Like, I can't believe that I'm 36. And that's the honest truth. I can't believe I'm 36. Like, I remember leaving Nigeria, moving to Ireland, going to uni, and even COVID, guys. It's like, is it 6 years now? 6, 7 years since COVID. That's how you know time is like flying. But and the thing is, you've got to enjoy this life. And I just started living life, because I realized that I was like, most times to be honest, I was miserable, and that's the honest truth. I did not live life. I was just always upset all the time. I was just angry. I was just beefing with everybody. I like, thinking about it now, I was in a terrible place without even knowing it. I was in a terrible place. Like, I just randomly just be sitting down quietly in my room and just be crying, just randomly for no reason. It was so bad, guys. It was really, really bad. But I am grateful for where I am now, because I am not that girl anymore. I didn't have a sense of self. Like, I didn't really know myself or what I should accept. So I'm going to let someone else determine how I feel or determine my emotions, basically. So generally now I've taken control of my happiness, and I feel like I'm a lot lighter now. Life is a lot lighter. I'm a lot lighter now, even though obviously there's still things going on in my life that I can't really share on YouTube, and there's still things that I'm praying to God for. And I still don't have it together. I wouldn't say I'm perfect because God is still working in me, but I'm just not that young Becky anymore. That girl that was clueless basically. I'm not that girl anymore, and I'm grateful to God for that. I'm not miserable. I am like now I travel to places. I know a lot of things that I didn't know before. I've just taken control of my happiness, and I'm grateful to God for that. So yeah, so what I would like to say to my younger self, right? That 18-year-old Becky that started uni, very clueless girl, I will tell her, just take it easy. Just take it easy. It will get better. It will get better. Life is going to get better. Just take it easy. Don't be upset. Don't let people control your emotions. Be you, do you. Don't take shit. Just express yourself and just be happy. That's what I would tell her. Be happy. Just be happy no matter what. Enjoy life. Dance randomly, sing randomly. You do not have to be perfect, and you do not have to have everything figured out, because life is a journey. That's what I'll tell my younger self. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and you guys got to know a bit more about me. I just didn't want to start the vlog again because it's been a while, and I just didn't feel like just coming back on YouTube and just I didn't just want to start putting out vlogs immediately. I wanted you guys to know like my where everything started from, and who I am and why I am the way I am. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, share. Obviously more vlogs are coming after this video. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.